Hey folks, Quill18 here, and welcome to another episode of Let's Play Hearts of Iron 4! We're playing as the free and independent Canada in a game that's being, well, a little bit derp for several different reasons. I mean, we did go and make a super Germany. We gave them huge buffs and things like that. But the problem is the AI is really incompetent about doing things most of the time. I mean, the German Reich has done an okay job, I suppose, dividing up the USSR between themselves and Japan, and then, you know, doing some work here, and in fact, hitting the UK as well. Meanwhile, though, the mighty Canadian forces are holding Iberia and have been holding it for an extended period of time. We have made no moves to advance. Indeed, we have no intention to advance here at all. We want maximum digging and just try to tank this out. At some point, most likely they can do something. In fact, since they should have full air superiority capabilities over here, really what they should be doing is paratrooping behind us and toasting us that way. But luckily, I don't think the AI really does that. On the other hand, this landing here by the Italians and Japanese is what it looks like from the flags. And Romania and Bulgaria over here? It's only showing one flag, though, which is interesting. Anyway, a mixed group of Axis forces have landed amphibiously, and it might be a little difficult to dislodge them. They do have some supplies coming in here. We'll see how it goes. This is a purple group over here. They have been told... Actually, they're not on the assault right now. They're also all green troops, which is kind of interesting. How's the actual prep? Okay, the prep is still working up. Of course, these guys will just dig in if we don't attack as well. But I think mostly we'll just try to hold them here for now and see how it goes. America has shipped over some troops over here, so at least we've got that going on. Meanwhile, we've made kind of an extreme push into Turkey, although I'm looking at these lines that we've ended up here. I guess it's this Africa group here. And this is quite the sort of wonky and hard to defend front line, and we actually don't even have any troops defending back here, so I'm not entirely convinced that this is a winning move. On the other hand, we are going to be trying to grab the coast over here, get some more supplies, and it looks like there is a UK landing over here. Of course, the UK is leading the Allies. We are not in the Allies. We are in a faction with the United States. Now, last time I played this, I think it was about 3 weeks ago here, so I'm just catching up myself. Luckily, this also gave me the opportunity to read up on a lot of comments, and thank you very much. People recommended, hey, I can request a lend-lease here, and we should probably do that. I think, okay, first of all, since we are really capped on manpower, we're going to probably look at becoming a little bit more sort of mechanized, I think. We've got a little bit of mechanized, quite a bit of motorized as well, tons of support equipment, and a crap ton of light tanks kicking around. So I think what we want to do is see if we can't develop our light tank division a bit more. Now, I don't know if these are the latest and greatest. I think, is the Valentine the latest? I don't remember here. And I think we're also starting on the heavy tank tech, yeah. So the Valentines are the latest version of the light tank design. And if we take a look at our armored division over here, yeah, that's not a very big division. Is there any reason we can't just pad this out? I think the answer is no. I think we can very, very, very much do that. I wonder what kind of companies we might want to add to this. But I'm also wondering, should we start using mechanized as opposed to motorized? I don't remember the effective speed. Max speed, minus 4 kilometers an hour? Okay. So it doesn't list the speed, the raw speed over here. It just lists if there's going to be a change. So mechanized is apparently quite slow. So we'd be going at 12. If I do that, we indeed drop down to 8. All right, that's good to know. So we could go and throw in more motorized just for a little bit more organization, but really probably more light tanks. Also, yeah, what about the self-propelled artillery? So if we do this, this is going to use more requirements, but we're still going to have plenty. We're still going to have plenty. We're still going to have plenty. Do we have self-propelled light artillery? Yes, we do. And I can throw one more on there. One more on. Oh, you can't add the artillery to this stack. I mean, I guess I can just add another one. So that would be under armored battalions and a self-propelled. I think that's fine. I don't know if, like, they use the front ranks the same way. I suppose what I could do is remove this light tank here, add a true light tank over here, and do that if I was worried. I don't know if the ranks matter, but just to say. So this would cost me 20 experience to do this. We've got a 20 combat width unit. I don't think the combat width min-maxing is as important for us, because normally you do it because your typical combat has a combat width of 80, and so you want to end up with a multiple of that in your divisions for when you have multiple divisions fighting, but a lot of times we don't. That being said, we still have a 12 kilometer an hour, very fast unit over here that suddenly has a crap ton more punching power. Organization is dropping a little bit just because, as an average, a lot of the artillery and the tanks don't have much in the way of organization. It's the infantry itself that gives the organization. So this is still not going to be ideal for prolonged combats, but it is going to hit very hard once when it engages. So I think this is okay. Although it is tempting. First of all, you know what? And this is like totally irrelevant, but it's going to feel a little bit better if it's balanced here. I was going to say it's a little bit tempting to get, 4 battalions of the infantry maybe for a nice even number there, but now we have a nice even number of tanks, right? 4 battalions of light tanks, the 2 self-propelled artillery, and this over here. Quite keen on that. So what are we going to add? Logistics helps with the supply considerably. Field hospital prevents a lot of manpower loss. None of these will hurt the speed of our stuff. I don't think we have to worry about the anti-air. The engineer company may be worthwhile. Defense breakthrough. I mean, it's mostly defensive. Actually, it adds some amount of attack as well. We lose a little bit of armor because this is just a bit of a softer group. But helps us ford rivers and everything. I think we will at least throw that in. I think, well, we're still fine and everything. That's going to be okay. And that brings, okay, so I won't be able to add another support company, but yes, we'll throw the engineers in there. So we got the recon, the artillery for the punch. I think that's going to be a good idea. So let's save that. It will take a while before those changes make it to here. We don't have much in the way of these divisions, but one of the things we can do is consider transforming some of our divisions into something like that, and that'll be interesting to look at. In particular, a couple of these divisions, we don't need the speed of the light tanks over here, but it's something to consider. I think we only have the 1 light tank division overall. Yeah, because we don't have it here. Because the light tank, they do have a little bit more punch, I suspect, than our infantry. What are we looking at here? So, for soft attack, so 330. So let's call it about a total of 260 attack, or 360 attack, versus, yeah, we're about 400. So a little bit more punch. Not dramatically more, although it's got all the breakthrough. Whereas, there we go. Our infantry doesn't have the breakthrough. It has slightly higher defense. So again, much better defending. The tanks are pretty durable on the attack, with the exception they don't have a ton of organization. That being said, I think this guy, I still like the plan of running along here. This is something, again, from like 3 weeks ago that I put in. That's all fine. This is the bit I'm a little less sure about. This is your organization on the left, yeah? Yeah, so we really don't want to advance with these guys too much. I'm going to go ahead and bring them down to maybe more balanced, first of all, and mostly just have them initiate these lines. I'm a little bit worried about getting cut off in behind here, but I mean, I guess I'm going to do this, but we don't actually have enough stuff to hold this line here, so we may, in fact, want to pull back with some of this. I think some of the idea at some point may have been to cut this in half, but I don't think that's actually much of a win. So we've got that. So we could lend-lease stuff from the States. I'm not sure what that would be. I'm tempted, actually, to say, can we lend-lease some planes from them? Because these are... So this is us bombing them? Oh, nice. And they have no actual fighters kicking around over here. We have tons over here. So did they, but we have more. Okay, so the planes are being deployed. I would like some fighters up here, though. The problem is that we don't control this airfield. This is part of the Allies, French Commune. So we do control an airfield over here with our 2 naval bombers that are left over there. Yeah, which had been doing, I think, the Bay of Biscay for a while. So let's talk to America. Hey, guys, how's it going? I would like to request a lend-lease, first of all, for some fighters. So our production is none. Okay. We request fighters. So we don't ask for an amount. We would like some fighters. Okay. And I Can't ask for mechanized? That's interesting. Maybe because we don't have any in use. That's entirely possible. Well, let's start with this. Ask for some fighters. Lend leases now. One time, they're sending me 22 P-39s. Okay, I guess that will do. So if I go and deploy... Oh, I think we have to wait for delivery. I'll say deploy them here, and then try just to get a little bit of air superiority over here, just to help out with the occasional combat. Man, oh man, when they start pushing, I mean, they're just going to be able to crush that, right? Now, we have still liberated all of Africa, so that's still pretty damn impressive. You're going to go here. Who is this that's pushing? I don't know what flag that is. Is there any chance that might be India? No, well, I don't know. They don't really exist anymore. Nope. No, British Raj. I don't know. I clearly don't know flags very well, but that's the way it's always been. All right, we are defending there, which is fine. I don't think a counterattack is practical. Again, these guys haven't reached all of their organization yet. These are mountains. We may want to change these guys to Alpine divisions. I think part of our problem is that we didn't actually have any experience to develop our Mountaineer divisions. Yeah, they would be pretty thin. Now, the manpower is going down, but I think a lot of it is actually reinforcements. Or, yeah, rather than losses. I think they're just things that have been rebuilding for a while now. I've got to be a little bit worried about the tank getting cut off from supplies, but if we make it to Antalya over here, we're going to have a little bit of local supply from there, and potentially some coming in from the port, depending on how the situation in the Mediterranean is. I suspect the Axis have full control over that via Italy, but it's possible that the UK and France are doing some things over there. Of course, we don't really have any personal information. Too bad these guys are green. As we don't have much in the way of personal information because we don't have ships there. Looks like that attack isn't going to work out at all, unfortunately. And so that actually stops that advance in a way that is very, very terrifying. So I'm going to go ahead and pull back, yeah, to there before my tank gets cut off. Luckily, it will be pretty fast. We'll get it to Adana, and then we'll see what's what at that point. So, waiting for these guys to get back some organization. Actually, quite a few of them have gotten fair bit better. A lot of green guys. Let's make sure to grab this. It's actually going to greatly simplify this front line over here, as well as stick us in some mountains. There's Aleppo. I would like it very much, actually. I think if you could go and secure the river. No, don't attack. Run along the side here where we've already got the land. It'll be much, much, much faster. Less risk of you getting cut off and just obliterated. Thank you very much. Ooh, that's looking a little dangerous. Let's see if opening another front will help. I don't think it'll make enough of a difference. These guys just moved in here, so there was no dig-in. All right, that's the one spot we just grabbed. Let's throw you in here, actually. Oh, we are kind of holding. Okay, so our attack got stopped, but it probably bought a little bit more time here because these guys were fighting on multiple fronts. There we go. That'll do. We're going to get you to halt here rather than spend all of your organization on an attack that won't do much. Now, this tank. Let's see if we maybe... This is probably just going to get the tank itself cut off. But let's see what we might be able to pull off. It's very fast. That's what it does. Yeah, so I think the manpower... Is there a list here that says... See, in EU4, you would see something like need blah to reinforce existing stuff. And I think that's what's happening now, but we're not really getting the information. We do get an extra 500 manpower per month. Ooh. Huge numbers. Now, I think they're going to go and defend here. But then they left a hole here, which is interesting. Do we want to go and take that spot? I think we do. Okay, they didn't actually leave a hole. But now this tank could definitely get cut off here. I think in practice, I think we are going to have to just end this series. No, don't attack there. I'm going to move this way. Thank you. Because I can't see us really budging much, which is kind of unfortunate. I think it's going to be a lot of episodes of us just holding the line. And maybe nothing much happening since the AI is kind of incompetent. But Yeah. All right, over here. Let's see what happens if I just hit play on this plan. Well, that's not bad at all, actually. These guys are going to be stacked up and probably be out of supply. As soon as we push in here, we'll get lots of surround, lots of multiple prong. I don't think we'll take Karuna in the first go. But other than that, it should be a pretty good stomp, which is quite nice. Mountain Infantry level 2s come in, which could also be handy. At some point, like, I think we will want, like, the full mechanized infantry, but I don't know if now is the time. We still don't actually have mountain divisions, so I don't know if we need to rush up to the third one. Paratroopers would be nice, except that we'll never get full air superiority anywhere. We're working our way up here. I think we'll keep going with the support companies. We'll make sure that the ones we've got are the best ones we can possibly have. I'm going to tell everyone here to, well, first of all, halt the battle plan. Everyone halt as is. Are we actually going to lose that spot? I mean, we're not dug in. That's true. You. Take half. Move over here. I think it'll actually hold. Yeah, even without this. I'll keep one going over there. But yeah, I think we're going to be perfectly fine. So we'll just let us recharge. We'll wait for maybe some of this to end here. Although if they're busy, again, it could be the multi-front combat here and we attack on a flank. But right now, they're being attritioned, which is nice. So I'm okay with kind of letting them starve out a wee bit more before we hit go in the battle plan again. So still nothing going on here. Everything here is nice and safe. That's good and lovely. Why is the tank wanting to attack? I guess this because this battle plan is actually active. Yeah, let's tell you to stop. Delete the offensive line as well. And I'm gonna just tell everyone to halt. I'm curious if we can grab another little control point over here. It won't be enough to get Turkey to capitulate, and it doesn't do anything helpful for our front line, but it is what it is. Yeah, our manpower is draining quite quickly. It just because we had a huge deficit earlier. It's not what's happening now. I think it's what happened, you know, over the last 2 years of the campaign are just being replenished. Also, we did go and buff some of our divisions, so that's part of it as well. Did we ever get around to building synthetic oils? No, we didn't, because we're still shy. I mean, we could do some more of that, certainly. Research slot available. Well, let's... Yeah, we don't need the next level yet. We still have to build, like, some before we do anything else. I think I'm going to do the same thing where whatever support companies we're using, I will go and make sure to get to the max level there, because it doesn't cost us any extra resources and just makes everything better. I suspect... Yeah, that's not going to work out, so... Well, what I'll do is I'll draw a front line. Nope, not a front line. I think I just crashed the game by drawing redundant front lines. Yep. Wow. Well, isn't that special? No. Oh. Okay, here's what's weird. On the OBS preview screen, I can see the words Peace Conference is over, calculating effects. Whereas on my screen, the game is just frozen as a result of me trying to draw the extra line. Okay, whoa, 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 whoa. Okay. That is so weird. You guys on OBS could see the words Peace Conference is over, calculating effects, and I could not on my actual game. Show. So the British government has gone into exile, and their main forces have capitulated to the German Reich, who are now in control of their home area. The struggles between German Reich and United Kingdom was only a small part of the conflict. Yeah, the war between Axis and what remains of the Allies continues on elsewhere. Oh my god! The entirety of Africa just went to Italy. And this is all Turkey. And now my troops are completely isolated in the middle of nowhere, out of supply. That probably means whatever chance of, say, like a UK or something Navy operating somewhere to keep the Axis Navy from being in my way is probably completely gone. British Empire, I think, still exists, but I think now they're on the other side as puppets. British Empire is now a puppet of the German Reich. Where do they even exist? I don't know. But so it's even worse. Not only are the UK ships maybe not fighting the Germans, but they're whatever remaining troops they had left over, while not necessarily all of them, but a good amount of them, are now fighting me. So I think we can all agree that Canada has put in a really stout effort to, look at this, all our troops are completely like cut off over here. A really stout and dedicated effort to fight back against the German Reich while being independent, and maybe North America can be an island of freedom with the North American alliance. It's possible. It's in fact, I would dare say, quite probable that the AI would most likely not be able to actually successfully invade North America. Although I forgot that Labrador. Okay, so Newfoundland is United Statist, which is interesting. I remember, wasn't that something that happened like a long time ago? Again, it was ages since I played this game. But Labrador has gone to the German Reich. That being said, the American troops positioned over here in eastern Canada should be able to retake that quite quickly. But I suspect we'd never be invaded, but that would be it. Like, we would just be in this permanent stalemate forever. While all my troops over here, we'll hit play, they're all going to get obliterated here. I mean, it's possible that I could get these guys to, like, all retreat to something, and tank it out, but seems quite unlikely. Out of curiosity, would we be able to push this back over here? Looks like yes, and these guys, I think, whoop, maybe not. These guys should all get, well, maybe not stack wipe, because actually they have control of the sea, so I think they're going to be able to transport away. Australia is canceling the non-aggression pact. Honduras. Oh, actually, our alliance, depending on if the allies still exist or not, we could have a lot of people joining us, which is interesting. And it looks like, surprisingly, this line is holding a little bit more than expected. I'm going to grab one of these guys to just go and clean that up. And you retake all this. That's going to be fine. we might be able to continue holding for a surprising amount of time. You know, we need more decisions. We've got the military factories that we can assign, but I don't think we're gonna. I think we're gonna go ahead and call this now. Sorry that there was a long delay between the last part and this one. Even more for me than for you guys. Guatemalan corporate state has capitulated. American forces. Oh, okay, quite interesting. So we had some, I suspect, a fascist Guatemala that happened over there. Yeah, no, I think we'll wrap this up. We'll be starting another campaign of something. It could be some more Hoi 4 with a different setup. One thing we haven't played as the UK. We could consider playing as the UK with the new Commonwealth rules. And once again, repeat, like, Super Germany, right? Super Germany, but as the UK might be fun. We could do another run as Canada, but stay within the Allies. I don't know if staying within the Allies versus not would make much of a difference. We'd be active a lot earlier, which would be a lot more fun, rather than waiting until, like, Pearl Harbor or something happened. So we'd get pulled into the war sooner. Our ability to impact things would still be relatively limited, because the AI wouldn't necessarily follow our lead. You know, we'd come up with great battle plans, and actually, we'd probably do the same thing we did this time, which is to say, retake Africa on behalf of the Allies. Although at this point, it would probably be a lot more effective. If we were going to play as Canada again, I probably would not do a Turbo Germany. I would probably do a completely normal vanilla setup as Canada and stay within the Allies. That's one possibility. The other thing to do is play as the UK, potentially with a Super Germany. So yeah, that would be pretty solid, I think. Of course, we could try one of the other Commonwealth countries. If I recall, if we go to the main menu over here, yes, all progress will be lost. Boo. Huh. That's a surprising number of strength over there, but nothing's ever going to happen. It's going to be so boring. America doesn't do anything. Playing as a minor power in Hoi has issues. It'd be nice if you could draw battle plans and have your allies follow it, or, like, be elected commander of the allied forces. That would be interesting. So if we were to start a new game over here, right, so down here, I think these are all the countries which, have, like, DLC enhancements, right? Poland, Dominion of Canada, Australia, New Zealand, South Africa. Oh, I think it was a South African flag. that I was looking at before and I was confused about, and the British Raj. So these 5 here are members of the Commonwealth DLC expansion, and then Poland is the Poland like release day DLC add-on. I think it was a bonus for pre-orders or something. I don't remember what it was with Poland. So there's that. Okay, you can play any country as well, but that's the sort of thing I'm tempted at. Like, and I'm wondering actually if we don't go and play the UK. Like maybe you know what? Maybe just veteran difficulty. Maybe we don't need Turbo Germany. I think especially if we leave off historical AI focuses. We don't know who the big threat will be. For all we know, we're going to be fighting the Soviet Union or something like that. And I think yeah, you know what? That might be the better way to go. Anyway, I don't know what the setup will be. Leave notes in the comments as to what you think would be the most interesting. Sometimes that means something that's a difficult challenge, but playing as a non-allied Canada against Turbo Germany was obviously a very difficult challenge, but not a particularly interesting one, I think. So, you know, keep in mind what might actually show up as the most interesting. Yeah, fully allied Canada, fascist Canada, UK, something like that. Again, I'd still kind of tempt to be playing a democratic nation, and even now, we still haven't actually done a true allied run, right? We did a democratic nation, but we weren't part of the allies. And I think it might be fun to play something that feels like the allies and feels like something like that. So could still be Canada, or we could try Australia or India perhaps. I mean, or New Zealand or South Africa. But the Raj might be interesting. Again, I wouldn't go down the independence route, right? Or not like the breakaway route. I want to be part of the allies, but ideally maybe allies as an independent Raj might be interesting rather than breaking away. We'll see. You guys let me know. See you guys next time. Bye-bye.